For a while, I've been kicking around installing Unreal Engine 5 to see, you know, how hard it is to work with. I've heard Unity's a little easier, but Unreal Engine 5.4 specifically came out with some cool new features that I just wanted to get my hands on. So I figured now seems like a good time. And I ran into this project here in the marketplace where they were demonstrating DMX capabilities, where you can use lighting program lighting to a live event. And they have a video here that shows what this project's about. And it basically creates a production sequence of animations where you're flying through this concert environment and lighting is going off to the music. And you have this sphere that comes up and actually sort of dances to it, which is going to show up here in just a second. And I'll unmute it so you can hear how it works. I'll put a link to the full video in the description, but for now let's hop into Unreal Engine 5.4 and take a look at what this project's made of. So here we are inside the project, no lights going off, there's not a lot going on. We have to actually open up an animation sequence, which I'll do here. You can see how they're structured, where the cameras are set up to fly through the scene and create the video that you just saw. Now, my goal for this project was to add an interactive character that I could use to navigate this virtual world, this virtual concert on my own while the animations are going on. I wanted to be able to see the lights and experience the show as if I was in the stadium. And so that's basically what I focused on in this project. So I created this character here that you can use to navigate around. There's all these static characters that don't do anything. They're just more or less audience. You can see all the cameras that were used to fly through the different sequence and create the whole video that you saw. And what I'm doing here is just navigating around the environment as if I was building this world. This is not me navigating the game. This is not the goal, but even though you can kind of get the feel for what it would be like to be able to navigate the character itself when you start the game, whether it's a game or not, it's the experience, I should say, is really the ticket here. And you can see that I'm learning things. There was actually this first character with the arms, where first-person shooter kind of character that came off of another project. That one didn't work so well. And then I found out I needed this game controller. You can even see the game controller in the pill that represents this character. Before I go into showing you what I did with this project, let's shift gears a little bit and show you how this project was designed. I'll re-enable these cameras and play the game so you can watch the actual video sequence happening here in the game environment. You can see how that matches the video on YouTube exactly, because that's what they used to create that video. And they hop from camera to camera, creating the production sequence. And now we're back into the game mode, but this time we're going to turn off those cameras and we're going to start this game up from the first person perspective, where we'll have navigation capabilities to be able to move around the set. Actually, they're the stadium. Technically, we're on the set, so we'd be making a fool of ourselves and possibly getting burned by some of these pyrotechnics. You'll see what I mean here in a second. Let's check this out. I definitely would not want to be that close to fireworks going off in my face. Thank God that was a virtual environment. No, but that was really cool. I think it was fun to kind of get a feel for what it might be like in this concert. I mean, I realized they gave this perfect perspective from the production shots that they took, but this is just really neat to be able to explore this environment as if I was really there. Now I feel inspired to finally buy a VR headset so I could explore this type of thing from a much more immersive environment where I feel like I'm actually there rather than viewing it from my two-dimensional laptop screen. But this is a great setup for me to do some further exploration. You might have noticed that the ball doesn't pulse like it did in the original video because I broke something as I set up my character. Clearly, that was one of the things, having reactive elements within the scene that respond to the sound. That was something that I want to learn more about. I love the concept of simulations that actually translate to the real world, which is what they're doing with DMX here. These DMX programming capabilities can map to real world lights. You can actually see the lights in this environment mimic real lights. I don't know a ton about them, but I know I've done a little bit of research and they are exactly what I've seen. And you can program everything based on this virtual world and then map that to reality. That to me is just outstanding. I mean, imagine the production costs that you save trying to play around and setting up all this lighting and having your customer take a leg and goes, it's not quite right. That's actually what this company's doing with this simulation. So it's pretty valuable. And it was a fun way to dive into UE5 headfirst to see what it's all about. If you're interested, check out my website, tech-multiverse.com, where I wrote an article about this particular project and link to this video. So thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, be sure to like and subscribe.